It began with a voice that promised hope but delivered destruction. Adolf Hitler, a man who rose from obscurity, captivated millions with his fiery words. But behind the speeches and salutes was a darkness that would plunge the world into one of its darkest chapters. Germany, broken and humiliated after World War I, was desperate for a savior. Hitler seized this desperation, using it to fuel hatred and division. He blamed the Jews, the communists, and anyone who didn't fit his twisted vision of a pure Aryan race. His words were venom, spreading through the nation until they became action. The first signs of his cruelty were subtle, almost insidious. Jewish businesses were boycotted, their windows shattered during the infamous Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass. Synagogues burned, families fled, and fear settled like a fog over Europe. But this was only the beginning. Hitler's regime turned discrimination into genocide. The Nuremberg laws stripped Jews of their rights, and soon they were rounded up, herded into ghettos like animals. From there the trains came, cattle cars packed with human beings, bound for places like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Dachau, names that would become synonymous with horror. Inside the camps, humanity was erased. Men, women, and children were separated, their belongings taken, their dignity stolen. Gas chambers disguised as showers claimed millions of lives. Others perished from starvation, disease, or brutal experiments conducted by Nazi doctors. Hitler's cruelty extended beyond the Holocaust. His hunger for power ignited World War II, leading to the deaths of over 70 million people. Entire cities were reduced to rubble. Families were torn apart. Soldiers fought and died on frozen battlefields, in scorching deserts, and amidst the chaos of urban warfare. Even as the war turned against him, Hitler's cruelty knew no bounds. He ordered the destruction of Germany's own infrastructure, declaring that if he couldn't have victory, his people didn't deserve to survive. In the end, Hitler's reign ended as violently as it began. In April 1945, with Berlin in ruins and Allied forces closing in, he retreated to his bunker. There he took his own life, leaving behind a world scarred by his hatred. The story of Adolf Hitler is not just history, it's a warning. A reminder of how easily fear and hatred can be manipulated, how dangerous unchecked power can become. Never forget the victims. Never ignore the signs of rising tyranny. Speak out against injustice wherever you see it, because the cost of silence is too great.